Ukraine says Russian troops stuck in Donetsk, calls on US, EU to join talks. Ukrainian media reported that the country's military has noticed a slowdown in the intensity of Russia's offensive in Donetsk Oblast due to difficulties in urban fighting. According to Ukrinform, spokesman for Ukraine's Khortytsia combat group Viktor Trehubov said that Russian forces are facing many obstacles on the front line when fighting in urban environments in areas such as Chasiv Yar, Toretsk, and Pokrovsk. If we talk about Chasiv Yar and Toretsk, the Russian troops are stuck in urban fighting, which means they cannot advance quickly. Moreover, we are counterattacking, Trehubov said. He also stressed that a large number of Russian troops are currently focused on the siege of Pokrovsk, but have not been able to break through. According to him, the Russian army is not currently applying pressure on the entire front line, but is only focusing on certain areas. The latest battle map published by the Ukrainian website Deep State shows that the Russian army has taken control of most of the city of Toretsk and part of Chasiv Yar. Meanwhile, in Pokrovsk, Russian attacks are still more than 2 kilometers from the city's outskirts. Ukraine calls on the US and EU to join peace talks. At the same time, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on February 1st called on the US and the European Union, EU, to participate in future peace talks. According to the Kiev Independent, Mr. Zelensky expressed his wish that the US, Ukraine, and Russia sit at the negotiating table, while emphasizing that the EU should also participate to ensure fairness and effectiveness. However, he admitted that it was not possible to predict the outcome of the negotiation process. The Ukrainian president also mentioned the role of former U.S. President Donald Trump in pressuring Russia to dialogue. He said that if he returns to the White House, Mr. Trump could pressure Russian President Vladimir Putin into negotiations by threatening to impose more severe sanctions on Moscow, as well as providing more military hardware to Kiev. Mr. Zelensky's remarks came as the conflict between Ukraine and Russia continues to escalate, with fierce fighting on the Donetsk front. Ukraine's call for the US and EU to join the peace process shows that Kiev wants to expand support from the West to increase pressure on Russia on both the battlefield and the negotiating table.